Okay. Alrighty. Any pains or injuries before we start? No pains or injuries. Good? Okay. All right, good day, everyone. This is Stephen Chang coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com, and if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Today's class is Mobility Flow. It is a level 1.5 maybe. We're working on drills on mobility and flexibility mixed in with some yoga asanas. If you're working with any kind of special conditions or limitations, make sure that you do modify or skip poses altogether, making good decisions about your movement practice so that you don't create any injuries or perpetuate any injuries. If your hips or your lower back are tight, please elevate and sit up on some blocks or some blankets, and that'll make it easier for you to find a lengthy, tall spine as you take a cross-legged position. All right? Comfortable cross-legged, palms face up, fingers come to Dhyana Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. And as you ground evenly through your seat, elongate through your spine. And let your inhales even out with your exhales. As you smooth out your breath, let the mind start to quiet. Three ohms together. Inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer on front of the heart, pressing your thumbs into your heart, heart back into thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart, chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga, call and response. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Gatopiwa, Gatopiwa, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Sapahya, Bihyandraha, Bihyandraha, Suchihi, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes, palms face up, fingers come back to Dhyana Mudra. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder, right hand to the left side. Elongate through the left side of the neck. Lawrence, switch hands, yeah. And then chin toward the right shoulder and continue to pull gently to the back of the head, still stretching. Inhale, release, back to center, drop the right hand, left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. And then chin toward the left shoulder. Release, back to center, drop left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction, ear to one side, roll it back. Opposite side, roll it center. Go in that same direction a few more times, allowing these circles to release tension, tightness to your neck and shoulders, and also warming up the top of the spine. Take one more giant circle, chin back toward the chest and pause, and then take in the opposite direction. And then one more giant circle, chin back toward the chest, and then lifting the chin parallel to the floor, neutral spine. Extend the legs forward, separating your feet. With your hands to either side of you, sitting up tall, turn your toes toward each other. and then roll them out. Draw in, roll out. Draw in. And then take outer rotation, circling. Midori, you want to separate your feet a little bit? Yeah. And come back to center, taking the opposite direction. And back to center again. Cross your shins, but take the opposite shin on top. So this is your non-dominant crossing of the legs. It might feel awkward. It might feel a little bit tighter. All right? Then raise the arms up high and extend. Exhale, twist to the right. Right hand behind, your left hand to the right knee. Back to center, arms up. Twist to your left. Back to center, arms up. Side bends, right hand down, left arm overhead. Take it back to center, other side. Back to center again. Legs forward, forward fold. You can grab your feet, your ankles, or your shins. Find a lengthy, tall spine so you have a neutral spine, and then hinge at the hips to draw forward. So avoid rounding of the spine and shrugging of the shoulders, but instead a neutral spine to draw forward. Good. Make your way back up. Step the feet to the floor and keep your feet about hips width distance. Grab the front of the shins. On the exhale, you can round it to draw back. And then lift, broaden your chest, gently looking up. Exhale, round to draw back. Inhale, lift and expand. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. One more. Exhale, round. And stay. Inhale, lift. And stay. Come to a more neutral position. Walk your feet in together, your inner thighs together. Wrap the left arm around your shins, right hand behind you, and twist. Then take the gaze to look forward. Pick up the right foot. With your left hand, grab the outer right foot and extend. Now, if you're not able to fully extend and you have to bend your right knee, that's perfectly fine as well. And then twist again to look past your right shoulder behind you. Square back to center. Take the right hand to the inside of the right foot. If you can fully extend, extend. If you cannot, just stay here with your right knee bending. All right, everyone, shift back toward the sacrum. Start to balance on the sacrum, which is at the base of the spine. Pick up the left foot. If you're able to balance and you can extend the left leg as well. All right, if that's really difficult for you, then keep your left knee bending. It'll make it a lot easier. All right, keep your balance. Release your right foot. Arms either side and hold. All right, so this is working the subtle core. All right, so all of this is requiring all of this midsection to stabilize and also working at the hip flexors. And release, legs forward, inner arms up, exhale. Forward fold, and once again, grabbing your feet, ankles or your shins, neutral spine, and fold. All right, take it back up. Walk it back in, so we'll go right into a twist. So step the feet in together. Wrap the right arm around the shins, left hand behind you, standing tall and twist. Sitting tall and twist. Take the gaze to look forward again. With your right hand, grab the outside of the left foot and extend. Full extension or left knee bending, either is fine. Then take the gaze to look forward. With your left hand, grab the inside of the foot. And again, left knee bending or full extension if you have it. Then begin to shift back toward the sacrum, balancing on the sacrum, the base of the spine, and pick up the right foot. See if you can balance here. If you can easily balance, you can extend the leg. If it's a bit of a struggle, keep the right knee bending. Right? That'll make it a lot easier for you to balance. I don't want you to struggle too much here, right? Just want you to find the balance. And then, if you can free up your left hand, or your hands, I mean, and extend the arms forward and balance. All right? Soles of feet together, knees apart. Draw the heels in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And make your way back up. Step the feet about max width distance and pivot to your heels. With your hands supporting to either side of the hips behind you, windshield wiper your knees side to side. So you want to step your feet wide. So when you have your feet wide, you have a better range of motion to take your windshield wiper. Good. The next time you draw your knees over to the right side, drop the knees down and sit up tall. You're going to start to twist and look behind you. Then take the right hand to the floor, extend the left arm out, and actively reach. Now, once you have that extension, you're feeling pretty good. If you have a little bit more, twist even more, angle your torso even more to the right. Then take the left hand down to the floor, and then crawl the left fingertips forward into the back of the room, and then start to bow down. And keep reaching, keep twisting. So you should feel a really nice stretch to your lower back, as well as through your left arm, left shoulder blade. All right, walk your left hand back in, lift the torso back up, square back to center, and again, draw the knees back up and resettle into your seat nice and stable. And then windshield wiper your knees again, side to side. Right, so these movements are really great for your hips, hip flexors, and your lower back. The next time you draw your knees over to the left, stay there, sit up tall, and then start to rotate to your left hand behind you, and then extend the right arm back in space. If you have a little bit more in you, twist even further and moving to your left. Then place your right hand to the floor and crawl the right fingertips towards the back of the room and start to bow down. Reach, reach, reach through your right arm. Twisting through your lower back and your mid-back, mid-spine. As you find the extension through your right arm, right shoulder blade. Begin to walk it back in, come back to center. Square back, and again, windshield wipe your knees side to side. Come back to center. You're going to step the left foot in a little bit and take right ankle on top of the left knee. Make sure you flex your right foot. Then, as you sit up tall, you can step the left foot in and draw the chest toward the right shin. All right? So you want to feel like you're broadening your chest as well and lifting of the chest upwards. So there's ankles to knee. All right, three-legged tabletop. Press your heels down and lift the seat and broaden your chest. You can always keep the gaze looking forward if your neck is not so comfortable to draw the head back. But if you can drop the head back comfortably, you can do that. All right, lift the head again, look forward, take the seat back down. Release your right foot, switch sides. So you can always start with the right heel further forward, right? And then take left ankle to the knee, and then step the foot in, and then reach your chest toward the left shin. Make sure you flex your left foot. Good. Jazinya, flex your left foot. There you go. And Midori, flex your foot. Yeah, that. Ye as well. Okay. Three-legged tabletop. Lift. You can keep the gaze looking forward or drop the head back. Release the seat back down. Extend the legs forward this time. Soles of the feet together, knees apart, but you can let the feet come a little bit further forward, creating a diamond shape. And this time in the forward fold, you can round the back as much as you want. So it's a very easy, soft forward fold. All right, roll back up, swing the legs back behind you. Down dog, pedaling out the legs. All right, come back to stillness in your down dog. Press evenly between your hands and your feet. Draw the feet back in space and the heels toward the floor. Your heels do not actually touch down. You should always have a little bit of space to reach for. All right, when you're ready, inhale, raise your right leg up, a three-legged dog. Exhale, draw the right knee in toward the nose as you round the spine, drawing your shoulders over your wrists. High on your left tiptoes, 3 times. Inhale, kick your right heel back. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose. Kick it back up again, stepping your right foot forward, low lunge. And then raise the arms up high for high lunge. So in your lunge position, you're on your left tiptoes. On the inhale, lengthen front leg, reach up higher. On the exhale, bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen and reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen and reach up. Keep the arms reaching and bend the front knee to your high lunge. With your left knee, you're going to dip your left knee toward the floor and then lift back up. Dip the left knee down. Lift back up. Dip and lift. Hands come to the floor, either side of the right foot. Then lengthen out the right leg. You don't have to go to the deepest extension. And then bend the front knee 3 times. So you're just loosening things up. Lengthen and bend. Lengthen and bend. Keep the left hand down. Right arm up to twist. Right hand behind you, half bind. Twist a little bit deeper. Release your right hand back up and down to the floor. Warrior 1. Ground the back heel and rise up. Lawrence, square the torso to face forward. Good. You're going to lean the torso forward to a diagonal. As if you were swimming the breaststroke. Swim the arms back. Swim the arms forward. Swim the arms back. Swim the arms forward. Swim the arms back. Swim forward. Come back up to Warrior 1. Open it up, Warrior 2. Lengthen the front leg, triangle pose. Take the right hand to the top of the shin if you're less flexible. Right hand to the floor if you're more flexible. Left arm reaching up. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Right foot, stepping back plank. And then lower all the way down to the belly. 3 progressive cobras, hands alongside the rib cage. Inhale, lift up baby cobra. So your belly and your lower ribs stay on the floor. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Belly, lower ribs away from the floor. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. If you have full extension of your arms to the back bend, you can take it. If that's a little bit deep, you can always bend the elbows. So this is your cobra pose. So taking the back bend progressively so that you can warm up the spine accordingly. Lower all the way down. Child's pose. Feet toward the heels and fold. Take it back up to down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose 3 times. Inhale, kick your left leg up, shift back. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose and shift forward. Inhale, kick back. Left knee in towards the nose. Kick it back again. Low lunge. Stepping your left foot forward between your hands. And then rise up for high lunge. You're on your right tiptoes. Your back heel is off the floor. Amadori, back heels up. Yeah. All right, on the inhale, lift and lengthen. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen and reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen and reach up. Keep the arms reaching up. Bend the front knee to high lunge. Then dip the right knee towards the floor and lift back up. Dip and lift. Dip and lift. Hands to the floor, either side. Supporting with your hands, you're going to lengthen out your left leg the best you can, and then bend the front knee 3 times. Lengthen and bend. Lengthen and bend. Right hand stays down, left arm up to twist. Half bind, left hand behind you. Twist a little bit deeper. Release the left arm back up and down to the floor for support. Warrior 1. Ground the back heel. Rise up. Lean the torso forward to a diagonal. Then swimming the arms back. Swim the arms forward. Swim the arms back. Swim the arms forward. Swim the arms back. Swim the arms forward. Rise back up to Warrior 1. Open it up. Warrior 2. Lengthen your left leg, triangle, left hand to the top of the shin or to the floor, right arm up. Inhale, take it back up, reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back, plank. Inhale, 1 breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. So 3 progressive cobras again. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. So your belly, lower ribs stay on the floor. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. Belly, lower ribs away from the floor. Lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. Full extension of your arms if you have it for cobra. All the way down. Child's pose, seat toward the heels and fold. Take it back up, down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose. Kick up, open up the hips and bend the right knee. Right knee to the outside of the right arm and touch. Stay hovering. Kick it back up. Knee comes into twist and touch your left arm. Kick it back up. Stepping your right foot forward. Warrior 1. Arms up high and extend. Take the left hand to catch your right wrist. Pull up. Notice that the left palm is facing up. So as you extend, side bend to your left. Take it back to center, switch hands, extend, side bend to the right. Take it back to center, Warrior 1. Lengthen front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen, reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen, reach up. Keep the arms reaching. Bend the front knee to Warrior 1. Open it up, Warrior 2. Same thing here. Lengthen front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, Warrior 2. Lengthen, reach up, rotate, Warrior 2. Lengthen, reach up, Warrior 2. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Right arm to top of the right leg to modify, or the hand to the floor if you can touch down easily. Left arm reaching up. Extended side angle. Left palm to face down and reach forward. Then take the right arm forward to parallel your left. You're going to lift up to vertical. Side bend it forward. Forward. Lift up to vertical. Side bend it forward. One more time. Keep the right knee bending. Lift up to vertical. Side bend it forward. Come all the way back up, reverse warrior. Hands to the floor, right foot stepping back plank. This time we'll take a full push-up. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose. Kick up, open up the hips, bend the left knee. Left knee outside of the left arm and touch. Kick back up. Knee comes into twist and touch your right arm. Kick back up. Stepping your left foot forward. Warrior one. Right hand catching your left wrist. Extend up and side bending to the right. Take it back up. Switch hands. Extend, side bending to the left. Take it back up. Warrior one. Lengthen your front leg, reach up higher. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen and reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen, reach up. Keep the arms reaching up, bending the front knee as a warrior one. Open it up, warrior two. Rotate, yeah. Same thing here. Lengthen your front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, warrior two. Lengthen, reach up. Warrior two. Lengthen, reach up. Warrior two, reverse warrior, left arm up and back. Side angle, you can modify elbow to top of the left knee, or the left hand to the floor, right arm up. Extend a side angle, right palm to face down and reach forward. Then raise your left arm to parallel your right. Then on the inhale, rise up to vertical, side bend it forward 3 times. Rise up to vertical, side bend it forward. Rise up, side bend. Come all the way up into reverse warrior, and then hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, push up, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Step the right foot forward, crescent moon. Left knee comes down to the floor. Now, if your knees are sensitive or you need extra padding, you can take your blanket, your mat. Left side folding towards center will double up your mat. If you have a towel or blanket or a sweatshirt, you can do that too. All right, so hands to top of the thighs and lunge your hips forward. You want the right knee to be vertical to the right heel, vertical right shin. So as you lunge forward, you're going into left quad stretch. Then press your hands into your thighs and think about your belly drawing away from your thighs and upper torso leaning back. And you want to look up at an angle, slight angle. Right? So what you don't want to do is look straight up because then you're crunching the back of the neck unsupported, right? But if you look slightly forward, you're honoring your back bend without destabilizing your neck. Right? So there's a much better position for your neck. Once you're ready, then take the arms up. Venus Mudra, index fingers pointing, interlacing all the other fingers. Now, if your shoulders are pretty open and you can draw the arms behind the ears, fantastic. If that's not available, arms straight up or even straight forward. If even this is tight, you can separate your arms or you can go even wider to wide position, right? So all of those are options if your shoulders are tight. All right, releasing hands, either side of the left foot, half split. Tuck the left toes under. You're going to shift the hips back. Line up the hips over your left knee with a vertical left thigh. Right? Then flex your right foot. You're looking for the lengthiness of the back of the right leg the best you can. Now, if you need to bend your right knee because your hamstrings are really tight, that is okay. But do try to keep your hands on the floor if you can, and that will give you some stability. Right? If you're able to lengthen, fantastic, lengthen. JP, tight, tight, tight. Good job. All right, some things come easier than others, so you take the wins, right? All right, step the right foot back down. Come back to a low lunge. Tuck your left toes under and lift. Ground the back heel. Circle it up. Circle it up. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Half moon, right hand forward, about a foot from your right toes, a little bit up to right side, so you're in a diagonal. Then tip forward to balance on the right hand, right foot. Reach your left heel back. So you want to stack your left side over your right. So you're rotating your torso to your left side. Your shoulders and your hips are one over the other, reaching left arm up. Now, if you're shaking the balance, right, you can always keep the gaze looking down to the floor. Right? If you're pretty steady, if pretty strong, you can start to look upwards. Those of you who want to bind left hand to left foot or both hands to your left foot. All right, starting to break. Step it all the way back. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Hands to the floor. Right foot stepping back. Lower all the way down to the belly. Reach your fingertips back. Reach your toes back. Shalabhasana. On the inhale, lift. So this is a locust pose. Your feet and your thighs away from floor. Your upper torso and your head away from floor. On the exhale, lower almost all the way down. So you're still hovering. You're not fully released yet. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower 5 times. Lift. And lower. 2 more. Lift. And lower. Lift. And lower all the way down. Child's pose. Feet toward the heels and fold. Down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Step the left foot forward between your hands. Right knee comes down. So take extra padding to your right knee if you need it. Then walk your hands top of the thighs. And then actively lunge your hips forward, getting into the stretch of the right quad. But you do want to find a vertical line into your left shin if you can. So line up the knee of the heel, and then when you take your deepest lunge, you should find a vertical line. Then press your hands into your thighs and think about your belly drawing away from your thighs and gently looking up at an angle, always supporting the back of the neck. Once you have that set up, arms up, Venus Mudra. So adjusting for your shoulders. If you need, your arms can go forward, your arms can separate, whatever you need. Keep your breath rhythmic, your inhales, even with your exhales. All right, starting to release, half split. Hands to either side of the left foot, tuck the right toes under. You're going to shift the hips back. Line up the hips over your right knee, vertical line with your right thigh. Flex your left foot, looking for the lengthiness of the back of the left leg. Use your hands supporting to either side the best you can. And for a very good population of us, hamstring flexibility is a major issue. So, right, and tight hips, tight shoulders are the other things, right? And so in yoga practice, those are places that we visit a lot, right? And so keep practicing, and hopefully with repeated movements, you start to gain some flexibility there. All right, stepping your left foot back down. Let's come back to your low lunge. Hands to either side, tuck the right toes under, lift the knee, and then ground the back heel and come up for warrior two. Setting up for your warrior two. Reverse warrior, left arm up and back, and then half moon. Left hand forward, about a foot from your toes, a little bit off to left side, so it's a diagonal. I like to keep the gaze looking down to check my balance. Reach your right heel back, reach your right arm up. So you're rotating your torso to stack the shoulders and the hips, rotating to the right. JP, let's take this to your left hand, and then that will help you to stabilize. Good. There you go. All right, but be light on the left hand. All the weight is, most of the weight is on your left foot. So it's your foot that's doing the work. Your hand is barely supporting. It doesn't help that your mat is all messed up, right? And you're struggling. All right, that's okay. All right. So step it back, warrior two. All right, stay here in warrior two for a second. So in half moon, right? Even though your left hand is on the floor to help you support, it's not actually bearing a lot of weight. It's barely there to help you to balance, right? Most of the work is on the standing left leg. That is the reason why when you take this half moon and you're nice and balanced, you can start to work on variations where you don't even need your left hand on the floor. Right? So most of the work is on the standing leg. And so the hand is there to help you. It's not there to really bear a lot of weight. So keep that in mind whenever you're taking your half moon or your opposite, revolved half moon. Same thing. Your hand is there to give you a little bit of support and not really there to bear weight. All right, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back plank. Lower all the way down to the belly. Reaching hands back. This time, either stay with the legs extended or go ahead and bend your knees and grab your feet. Once you have your feet, when you're ready, lift your thighs, kick your feet back, and lift your chest. So this is your bow pose, Dhanurasana. This is a shoulder opener as well as a back bend, activation of your front of the legs. And release. Child's pose. Feet toward the heels and fold. All right, down dog. And start to walk your feet forward towards your hands, coming to the front of the mat. Take the feet together and the knees together. Bend the knees. Rise up a chair. All right, you're going to lengthen to about 3/4 so your knees are still bent. And you're going to bend the knees to halfway. Thighs are parallel to the floor. Lift up to 3/4. Bend to halfway. Lift up to 3/4. Bend halfway. Come all the way up. And then slightly tilting back for a back bend to release your legs. And coming up, back up to vertical, stepping on the left foot, pick up the right. Tree pose. Open up the knee to right side, grab that foot, take it to inner left leg. So try to take the foot above the knee joint if you can. If that is difficult for you, you can go below the knee joint. Keeping the gaze at any fixed point toward the floor to help you to balance, or you can look forward if that works for you. And starting to release, step the right foot back down chair. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Let's take a few breaths here to allow your legs to recover. So JP, if your feet are separated, try not to knock your knees together. Try to keep them parallel, even if you're bending. Yeah, that's safer for your knees. There you go. If you have to keep your feet separated in the chair pose, that's perfectly fine. Just make sure your legs stay parallel. Okay, when you're ready, bend the knees, rise up to chair. So again, your torso leaning forward to a diagonal. You're going to come up to about 3/4, and then you're going to bend the knees so that your thighs are about parallel to the floor. Lift up to 3/4. Bend the knees halfway. Lift up to 3/4. Bend the knees halfway. This time, come all the way up. Slight back bend to neutralize. And then come back up to vertical. Stepping on the right foot, pick up the left knee. Tree pose, second side. So keep the gaze at a fixed point to the floor. Now, if your foot above the knee joints, very difficult to balance, then go below the knee joints. So that'll be a lot easier for you to balance. And then arms up when you're ready. All right, so whenever tree is a very shaky pose for you, lowering your foot, the foot of the bent knee, will make it a lot easier. So that will be the beginning point of you learning how to balance on one foot. All right, start to break. Step the left foot back down, chair. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold, and again, just stay in the forward fold for a few breaths. Bend the knees, rise up, chair. Ankles to knee. You're going to step on the left foot, but take the right ankle on top of the left knee. Flex your right foot strongly. Then bend your left knee and let the seat lower down a little bit. So you want like a figure 4 with your legs, right? You want to flex your right foot to protect the right ankle and the right knee in this position. Yeah, Midori, yeah. All right, once you're ready, draw the seat back and angle the torso forward. So this is a really strong left quad strengthener. You're working on the flexibility of the glutes, the extension of your lower back and your spine, and the arms reaching forward. So this is a very powerful pose that also works on flexibility and balance. All right, let's break. Come back up. Stepping your right foot down, chair. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. And again, let's take a few breaths here. All right, second side. Bend the knees, chair. Stepping on the right foot. Left ankle on top of the right knee. Make sure you flex your left foot in a reverse figure 4. Or maybe this regular figure 4, I can't tell. Bend your right knee, draw the seat back, angle the torso forward. And make sure JP, Hershey, and Lawrence, flex your left foot. Flexing, yeah. Pulling the toes back is flexing, yeah. Right? By activating your ankles and your knees through a flexed foot position, you're activating the muscles to protect the joints. All right, rise back up. Step the left foot back down, chair. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. All right, crow pose. If you know your crow, go ahead and take it. If you don't know crow, this is the tutorial, right? You want your hands forward by about 1.5 feet from your toes. You want your hands to be separated about max width, palms are flat. Then, as you stay on your tiptoes, you're going to bend the arms and take the knees to the back of the arms. So your triceps become a tabletop for your knees, right? And then as you take the gaze forward to the floor ahead of you, you're going to shift the entire body forward. When your elbows line up over your wrists, maybe your toes get light enough that they can come off the floor and you can balance on your hands. Right? If that's not available for you, maybe just shift forward and keep your toes on the floor so that you can stay balancing here. So you can take it here. If you're not taking the pose, you can take yogic squat. Yi, make sure you look forward. Yi, look forward. Yeah, there you go. And then shift the entire body forward. There you go, nice and slow. Now, you don't have to take the feet off the floor, but if it's available for you, you can take it. Ah, good, Hershey. Yeah. Beast. All right, when you're ready, walk it back, down dog. Pigeon, left leg up. Draw the left knee in toward the nose. Land the shin to the floor. Your left thigh angles out to the left side, 30 to 45 degrees. So you want that opening of the hips through the angling of the left thigh. With your hands supporting, inch your right knee further back so you can lower the hips. Getting into a deeper stretch into your hips. Then untuck the toes, walk your hands back, and lift the torso, elongating through your spine. So this is a test, right? If you're sitting down on the floor on one side, you're going to feel like you're falling off to one side, right? So you want to balance on the shin. You want your hips to be level. So by angling out the left thigh to the side, you're actually balancing on a triangle, right? So once you're nice and steady and you're feeling like you're balanced here, then you're ready to walk your hands forward, forearms down. You can stay in your forearms, or you can make pillows with your hands. If pigeon feels great to you, stay here. There's a very nice passive way of finding a hip opener. It's a great way to also just start to quiet your mind. For those of you who like more activity and want to take some options, you can stay in the forward fold and twist. You can take the right arm underneath your left, take the right shoulder, right cheek down, and the left arm up and behind you to your lower back and twist. Right? So that's one option of a twist. You can twist the other direction. You can lift the torso back up. Take the left feet down and move your left heel further forward so that the shin becomes more parallel to the front of the mat, and you want to flex your left foot. Then your torso leans over to the right, and you're hooking your left tricep to the sole of the foot, hands together in prayer, and twist to the opposite direction. Right? That's much harder if you choose to do that. Then, if you're going further and you want to bind, you want to take a mermaid bind. Left hand to the floor in front of your left shin. Bend your right knee. You're going to reach back with your right hand and grab the foot, grabbing the outside of the foot. When you grab the foot, you want to kick back and to the right. So that helps you to draw the torso to the right and back in space. If you can free up your left hand, left arm up and back in space. Notice you're not sitting down on the left side, right? So, Midori, you see you're sitting down like this. If you're sitting down on the left side, chances are you're curving your spine. Right? If you're balancing on the shin, but you're not sitting down, the hips are level. If your hips are level, then you don't have to curve your spine. You see? Yes. Maybe take the left thigh even wider to your left. There you go. Right? Maybe that's a little bit wide. Okay. Just fine. Yeah, that's good. Good. Ah, much better. Right? It's hard, but it's better for you in the long run, because the first test is, can you balance? Right? So just keep your hand on the floor and work on kicking back. Right? That's the first part. Once you kick back enough, right? Once you kick back enough and you're feeling steady, then you can start to test. Can you take the hand off the floor? If you can, maybe you start here. Then as you get more balanced, right? So just stay here. It's good enough for now, right? Because you're getting a nice stretch into your arm, your shoulder, and your back bend, right? Angle your thigh a little bit more to the left. That's right, good. Grab the foot and kick back and to your right. Good. Nice and slow. Right? If you're not ready to pick up the left hand, that's okay. Just keep kicking back and work on the back bend, because initially you might start forward, right? As you kick back, and you gain more flexibility, you see how I'm getting more vertical and more into a back bend. Once you get to this part, then the hand gets light, and that's when you can reach. All right, let's start to break. Walk your hands back in, lift, and press it back to your down dog. Right? So there are a lot of components to your pigeon, right? Just to take the regular pigeon. And then if you end up taking additional variations, there are some additional adjustments that you can make to make the balance happen better, right? All right, let's take the second side. Inhale, right leg up. As you draw the right knee in toward the nose, keep the right toes pointed. You're going to angle out the right thigh to the right, and when you land the shin to the floor, your right thigh should already be angled off to the side, 30 to 45 degrees. Then with your hands supporting, you're going to inch your left knee further back so you can lower the hips. The further you reach back, the lower your hips, the more grounded you're going to be, right? Untuck the toes, walk your hands back, elongate your spine. Notice I'm not sitting down. Most of us, unless you're very flexible, you're not going to be sitting down. Because most of us, if we're sitting down, that means we're curving. If you don't fall off to the side, the only way you can stay balanced is to curve. You don't want the curvature of the spine in a C curve, right? You want a neutral spine. Back bending is okay. You just don't want the side curve, right? Then once you're set, maybe you don't even need your hands, right? Then walking your hands forward, forearms down. You can make pillows with the hands and rest your forehead. Let's see. Yeah, then there's, yeah. But now you've gone too far to the other side. So that's the right position, right? You're going to find the middle. There you go. That's the right position. So you're probably feeling much more evenness and not like you're collapsing one side or the other. You're still getting the right glute stretch. You're still getting the left thigh stretch, right? Yes, yes, you will get that. Whereas if you went too far to your left, if you went too far to your left, you're not getting that much there, right? Right? If you go more like this, then you're a little bit more even on both sides, and you're getting a more even stretch. Yeah. So notice how Jasenya's hips, right? They're level. Whereas if you're dipping one side or the other, you're overstretching. All right. And then if you're working on additional variations, right? You can twist. Left arm underneath your right, left shoulder comes to the floor, left cheek comes to the floor, right arm up and behind you, half bind. Right? If you're going the opposite direction, this time you will take the right feet down so that you can move the right heel further forward. The shin becomes more parallel to in front of the mat, flexing your foot. Then you want to angle your torso toward the left so that you can hook your right tricep to serve the foot and twist here. The other direction. Yeah. Tricep to the sole of the foot if you can. If that's not there, you can take that. Right? It's a bit of a reach sometimes, right? I think maybe Hershey has really long legs, right? So if you have really long legs, it's even further away. So it's like that, right? Like I can't reach. So it depends on your proportions, right? I have short legs and a long torso. So for me, it's like easy, this one, right? Because of my proportions, because the length of my torso brings my shorter legs closer, right? All right, and then if you're going for the mermaids, you're going to draw the heel back in, and you're going to be standing on your shins, but you don't want to be sitting down on the right seat, okay? So you want to be balancing your hips. Right hand comes in for support, bend your left knee. Reach back with your left hand, grabbing the foot, and then once you have the foot, you want to kick back and to your left a little bit because we have a tendency to fall to the right, so you want to counter resistance by kicking to your left. And then once you get your torso to a more vertical line, maybe your right hand can come away from the floor and reach up and back. You were much more steady on the first side though, right? You know why? Your right thigh, angle it off to the right a little bit more. Release your foot, angle. That's good. Stay there, and then catch your foot behind you, and then kick it back, and to the left. Good. There you go. Right? If you can take your left knee even further back so you can lower your hips, that would be even better. That's good. Try that again. Right? So still is a struggle, so keep working on it, right? So you have to gain more flexibility here so you can lower the hips more. You need to gain more flexibility kicking back so you can lift the torso more vertically. Once you have that and you start to feel steady, then you can start to work on the hands coming off. Keep working. That's okay. All right, so you have more or less the shape. You just have to work on the depth to draw the torso back to find the balance. All righty, let's finish up. Lift the torso back up, walk your hands back in, and press it back to your down dog. Alrighty, when you're ready, walk your feet forward towards your hands. Gently take your seat down once again. Extend the legs forward with your hands supporting. Lower onto your backs. Then hug the left knee in. Keep the right leg extended. Take the left arm out to a T and then twist to the right. So you want to roll to outer right hip, outer right leg, so you can take the twist into your mid-back, lower back. There you go. Good. A little bit more Hershey if you can. Good. All right, gently take it back to center. Switch legs, switch arms, and twist to the other direction. I love it. Go slow whenever you're ready to twist. I heard the moans. All right, take it back to center, hugging both knees in. And then step the feet to the floor. Slide the legs forward. Shavasana, final relaxation. Let the feet separate, toes are gently turning out, arms alongside the body, palms face up, eyes are closed, and let everything go. And beginning to draw your breath back in and start to move the fingers and the toes. When you're ready, reach the arms overhead, stretching in opposite directions. Rolling over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. Let's take your non-dominant shin on top again so that you can take the opportunity to use your non-dominant side a little bit more. Palms face up, fingers in Dhyana Mudra. Reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing in the practice. Inhale, come up. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here today. And thank you for sharing your practice with me. My name is Stephen Chang, coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Thank you again for joining me. See you next time.